everyone, and welcome back to Tyranny. So, last we left off, let's see. I have to go fight the disfavored, so I think I'll be leaving Barrack behind for that one. I think I'll swap out Ebb for Verse on this. Because why not?
At your service. What do you need?
Well, actually, no, I'm kind of good with this group, I think. And in retrospect, I don't think there's been a single time I've actually gone to the Burning Library. Oh, crap. Wait a minute. Huh, yeah, I guess that was the case. I'll put off Tunon until I deal with the situation in Vendrian's well. Fatebinder. Where's it Archon now? We haven't taken the time to properly recognize what happened here. The thing that went off over our heads in the retreat of the army? Well, thank you. Our modest coalition here owes you our lives. Again, in some cases. To have the power of the Overlord at your disposal. There are no words for my astonishment. What's really astounding is how none of you are praising me for suggesting we recruit Gazargar to our cause in the first place. Oh, sure, the edict is great and all, but let's not lose sight of the real hero here. I had no idea that such powers were available to claim, though I'm sure Kairos will retaliate somehow. We should ready ourselves. I wonder if Cairn ever suspected that the Overlord's power could be attained. This discovery may be the thing that defines our very uprising. If you did this in a moment of crisis, think of what you could accomplish if you put your will behind it. Thought almost makes me respect Kairos' sense of restraint. Lethian's Crossing is under attack. The disfavored march in great numbers, and every report confirms the same. They will not back down until the city is theirs. No doubt Graven Ash wants to reclaim his iron deposits to keep his army outfitted. Lethian's Crossing will not fall while I live to defend it. You're either more committed than I guessed, or you just know the right words to inspire the loons dumb enough to follow you. I'll settle for both. Uh-huh. Do you two hear yourselves? We can't have the coalition fall apart now. Bickering over petty conflict is why Kairos crushed the Tears resistance in the first place. Did your leaders all bicker like this when Kairos' army defeated them in the conquest? Ooh. Okay, I like this one. Once I brought this realm to its knees. Now I will help it stand tall. And I'll go up to the Bastard City after this one, I believe. Provided I don't have another very pressing issue. Oh.
Right.
What are you two doing here? How did the Bane escape? Uh-huh. Lord. I'm thinking Matani. Someone else can rise up for Eldian.
On it.
Wow, yeah, he just got whacked.
On it.
Demonstration of power seems in order.
Here we are, Phantom Bolt. Thank you for your help, Fatebinder. My injuries are a little more severe than I thought. Settlers trapped by the fire. Shit. Yeah, I'm with that. For the exact same rationale, honestly.
I got it. Sorry, I can't.
Awesome. There we go.
On it.
The defense of Haven. And check on the settlers inside. Glad I looked at the quest, honestly, because I genuinely wouldn't have pieced that together, I don't think. Because, yeah, I'm with Siren on that one. The soldiers knew what they had signed up for. And honestly, they'd probably feel guilty if I saved them prior to the settlers. Which arguably is a better argument for saving them, because the settlers probably are not going to feel all that guilty. Thunderbolt. Here we are. Oh, shit! Well, that was unintended.
Stop dodging strikes from trending. I'll do it right away.
Ready?
I've had far worse.
There we go.
Nothing.
Nice wide angle. You know what? Screw it. I'll go with the fire.
I got it.
Sever Ash's bond. Oh, wow! Yeah, actually, no, I'm not doing that one.
I'll take care of it.
Will do. Will do. Can't do that.
For the glory of Kairos! Still
Oh. Okay, in which case, screw it. But I already killed one, so...
Will do.
Right. On it.
What the hell are they up to? So what's the final decision?
I got it.
Let's see. Oathbound named Callista is mobilizing disfavored troops while another group of... Yeah, I'll save the ally. I can always deal with reinforcements.
You're dead.
Now I'll do Sever Ash's Bond.
Is that nothing?
Boy. Yeah, they are not great without Ash's Bond there. I gotta admit. Actually, Grave Grasp.
I can't move!
Oh, I'm petrified. Oh, he also had civilians back here, so... At least it looks like it. Alright, so I've got Vendry as well. Did Haven. I mean... That's one for each army. And I don't think anywhere in Stalwart is really that awful. Uh-huh. Okay. So I get both. Good to know. Oh, shit. I was confused that for trample.
Sorry.
Hey, I can only cast that on an ally. Forgot about that.
Right.
That attack didn't work.
There we go. Okay, am I silenced, or what the hell happened there? No, I'm not silenced. Huh, that was weird. Ow.
Attack again.
Oh, nice. And yeah, that boost is really handy. Oh, need to go up there to put out the fire. Oh, hey, she actually has wounds. Oh, it is an either or then.
I got it.
Anyone else want some of this?
Will do.
Yeah, I'm definitely going for the Bane instead. Because, damn. Yeah. People can be equipped to deal with the disfavored. The Bane, not so much. The Bane is, they've got the Terminator / Grey Goose scenario going on where they don't care. Oh, hang on. Please don't let this have been me choosing. Fatebinder fell for it. Okay, you know what? I'll give him that one.
I've had far worse.
Ow.
I got it. Will do. Right.
Prey sighted.
I got it. Sorry, I can't.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna ask Barrick to come out here to deal with him. On this one, I think the Bane are... Well, the Bane are isolated, and I don't think they can cross. Oh, okay. If they aren't stopped, they will spread through Lethian's crossing. So yeah, Bane, definitely. It's probably in there, if I had to guess. Yep. Yeah, definitely have to do the Bane.
Right. On it.
Yeah, I think I made the right call there. Because again, the Bane can be dealt with later. Not so much the... these soldiers can be dealt with later. Okay, just wanted to make sure I had the angle correct. Phantom Bolt.
Will do.
And Grave Grasp.
For the glory of Kairos!
Right.
There we go.
I got it.
I've got you now!
That why not?
Will do.
Or do I need to put out all the fires, or... Okay, here we go. Now, is that reinforcements or retreat? Oh, shit.
Can't do that. Right. Sorry, I can't.
Alright, save at this point. Let's see. What, 20? Yeah, 20, almost a full day. Lathian's Crossing rightfully belongs to Graven Ash and the Disfavored Fatebinder. We are here to take control and purge all traces of your influence from the settlement. You're making a mistake. Flee back to Ash while you can. You leave me no choice.
Yes. To battle!
Alright, sever Ash's bond. There we are. Actually, let's see, trample to here.
Right.
Boy, would that do it. You know what? Why not? Alright, talk to Matani, so where is she? North end of the market. Thank you for your help today. Because of you, we were able to protect Lathian's Crossing from the Disfavored. But today's battle makes me worry for the rest of the tiers. If Ash was brazen enough to attack Lathian's Crossing, then the voices of Narats certainly won't think twice about attempting the same thing elsewhere. What about Lathian's Crossing? I'll take the other Archons down. Okay, so Cacophony and Ironheart. Oh, okay. Well, I think I'll do the Final Judgment first, because I might be able to get... Well, let's see. I'm not sure what the hell happens with when it does that, honestly. I really don't. Alright, go up here, take a rest in the bed. And I'm thinking Barrack and Verse, honest. Well, no, Barrack and...
My lord,
Barrack and
what
Lantry.
can I do for you? If you would have me try...
We'll wait for short
I'll tack
while.
homeward. See you there.
I will meet you at the spire. Let's go. There's so much of the world I haven't seen.
Might help if I actually picked Lantry, I suppose. Well, then again, Verse... Yeah, you know what? Verse has the weapon, so... Oh yeah, it might help if I actually did that, I suppose. Oh. Ooh, okay. So let's see. And yeah, I'll swap her for Lantry.
Greetings, Archon.
Goodbye to you, too.
Holy crap, he's got some lore gains. Actually, I'm going to go back to Verse simply because I don't want to have to deal with that. Plus, she has an artifact.
At your service. What do you need?
I will return to our
As far as
holdfast
gangs
once.
go,
Hope
I've
you
seen
fancy
worse.
red.
Greetings, Archon.
I will meet
Be
you at the
seized,
Goodbye to you,
Here
too.
to
Let's
serve.
go.
As far as gangs
There's
go,
so much of the world
I've
There
seen
we go.
worse.
Okay, let's see here. Frozen Burst. Oh, one critically hit. Nice. Alright, so... yeah, I'll do that instead of Howling Rock. I am curious what would have happened had I had to kill Radix. Up to Tunon's court. A little before noon at that. And I completely forgot to send a letter back to Blood and Mark. Okay, I've got to look this one up. Apologies for... Let's see. Okay. I'll do something cordial. I must sincerely thank you for the forward warning. Please note that I have indeed taken your words to heart, and as such, return the following reply. Certainly I would not expect you to follow me without first testing my mettle. If we must slay each other, so be it. I respect your prowess, and will stand my ground if a duel is what you desire. I would ask that you consider instead pledging your blade to me, rather than aiming it for my throat. Does Kairos' decree insist that we kill each other, or merely that one should best the other? This will be interesting. Because no more proceedings will be held for nobles today. This court is closed. This decree is not subject to deliberation. The officers will escort you all out. I'm kind of hoping I can get Ash to just bend the knee.
Fatebinder, thank you for answering my summons. This could very well be the defining hour of the conquest.
I'll bow.
I first want to make it clear why we've assembled today. After the collapse of Vendrian's Well and the start of the Civil War, it became clear to me that there must have been some great fault on the part of the Archons. We come together to root out the source of our troubles, and determine which of the Archons has sowed more chaos during the war.
I think that the answer to that question is obvious, Adjudicator. Giving voice to it here is but a formality to confirm what we already know.
Much has happened since I dispatched you on that mission.
That's an understatement.
With Kairos' mandate that only one Archon may rule the tiers, the verdict is now more important than ever. We cannot allow this conquest to descend into total anarchy. You chose not to support the Overlord's Archons, a decision that challenged the very fabric of the conquest.
The answer is simple. I am the only Archon worthy of ruling the tiers. This should be interesting. Your bravado has certainly flourished over time, my old colleague.
An interesting claim. Let us put it to the test, shall we? In your professional and objective opinion, which of the two Archons is guilty of sowing the most chaos in the tiers?
The voices of Nerat.
And so the charges are declared. I'm confident you've come with prepared arguments and research, as is expected of your station.
I won't stand here and patiently sit through baseless accusation.
In accordance to Kairos' legal custom, you will state the crimes against the Archon and offer up your evidence. The court will weigh your claims on their merits. I would encourage you to make as many claims as possible. Bringing charges against an Archon is no small matter. They are not accountable to Kairos' laws with the same rigidity as an average citizen, so it may be more difficult to justify their guilt.
Understood. I won't withhold any legitimate claims from the court.
Provided that you have the evidence to back them, of course. To make a claim lacking evidence will only harm your case in the court's eyes. Is this understood?
Yes, I'll back up my accusations with hard facts. You no doubt recall the categories of infraction to which Archons may be held liable. They are sedition, incompetence, war crimes, and the hoarding of forbidden knowledge. It is not every day that we are called upon to determine guilt on such a scale. Tread lightly.
Then we are ready to begin. State your claims, Fatebinder. You may proceed at your own pace.
I accuse the Archon of sedition most foul. Sedition. No small matter to weigh against an Archon. But if you believe the voices of Nerat has colluded with the enemy, then have on. The voices of Nerat gave disfavored battle plans to the stalwart defenders. As if any credible evidence could be dredged up from that junk heap of a realm. Whatever you found is probably so smeared or torn as to be illegible. You found evidence of such a crime. Shocking that the Archon of Secrets would allow any trace to fall in wayward hands, but Stalwart is far from the Archon's reach. Simply fascinating. Under the Voice's orders, Harky and Bronn smuggled iron weapons to the Ventrian Guard. And the Archon of Secrets' treachery runs deeper than even I imagined. I fear this news harms the very foundation of our offensive. Thank you for delivering it to our attention. No more claims of sedition, Your Honor. Guilty of incompetence, Your Honor. The Voices of Nerat has suffered charges of incompetence in the past, but always proved himself a capable leader and a brilliant strategist. I'm curious if your evidence will prove otherwise. Siren started a cult devoted to worshipping her in Lethian's Crossing, causing chaos in the region and hampering the war effort. What? How does that reflect on the Voices of Nerat? Siren's flights of fancy are hardly new. If people were blamed every time Siren did something... Oh, nice. Blood Mulch is correct, Fatebinder. Siren's actions in and of themselves do not represent incompetence on the part of the Voices of Nerat. Her job was to recruit for the Scarlet Chorus. Her inability to direct the dedication of her followers from herself to Nerat is on her, not him. What further evidence? The law states that an Archon is responsible for his own... Well, had the Scarlet Chorus not assigned blame to Ash and the Disfavored for the perceived sins of Cairn? Is this not the same? Should an Archon not answer for the actions of someone in their charge? So happy I brought you, Siren. Oh, yes, it's true. Nerat specifically told me to gather some of those followers and keep them for myself. It told me that we had to be careful because if anyone found out we were trying to destabilize the Forgebound to undermine the Disfavored, it could end badly for both of us. It does not suit someone of such high station to craft stores for their own ends. However, given that you are an Archon and understand the gravity of the charges leveled against the Voices of Nerat, we trust you respect the sanctity of this court and will accept your testimony. And assume the enthusiasm with which you present it is merely excitement Oh, wow. Tuna, you can be a little blind sometimes, buddy. The Voices of Nerat has failed to properly control his subordinates, causing the destabilization of a region very important in arming Kairos' army. This claim will be added to the list of charges against him. The Archon has perpetrated vile acts during this campaign. I accuse him of war crimes. The Voices of Nerat has a tendency to interpret Kairos' law as he desires, but I hope this practice hasn't spun out of control. Jagged Remedy was conscripting from the Unbroken when his forces were forbidden from the region. An infraction on the Stalwart territory to which Graven Ash placed his claim. This shows some disregard for the disfavored operation. During the Stalwart campaign, Scarlet Chorus soldiers were seen fighting alongside the Unbroken. Yes, I recall this unsettling chapter of our campaign. The Archon of Secrets does keep his operations close to the vest. Is it not possible that these soldiers were spies, as the army claimed? Of course, the Voices was Kairos' spy master before he was a general. It would be naive to think that the Chorus forces running with the enemy were... If no one could vouch for them, they were as good as Tearsmen. Just so. Loyalty is a strange concept in Scarlet Chorus. Countrymen fight against their home region, and recruits by the dozen abandon their posts. Were they spies, you would have been none the wiser. I have made my case to the best of my abilities, Your Honor.
Very well. I have weighed your evidence against the charges. You failed to make a case
Damn
against
it.
the Voices of Nerat. Though you provided some compelling evidence, I'm afraid it wasn't sufficient to convict the Archon of secrets. With that unpleasant business out of the way, we change course to another serious matter. One that puts into question your conduct as a member of Kairos' loyal followers. You have made quite a name for yourself, Fatebinder. Stories of your deeds have spread through the tiers, and all of them have reached this court. Some actions have consequences. We will see what your actions have wrought. The chaos you've sown everywhere is unacceptable. You cast yourself so far outside the established order, I cannot begin to catalog your misdeeds. For this, you have been deemed guilty and must be executed.
Am I not allowed to have a trial? Is that not the proper procedure?
The outcome is a foregone conclusion, Fatebinder. Your actions cannot be allowed to stand. But if you wish to make a mockery of this court, I will add it to your list of offenses.
I want to defend my actions.
Very well. If you insist we proceed, then we shall. You are on trial for transgressing on the Overlord's authority, breaking the laws of the Empire, bringing mayhem to an otherwise orderly conquest, and meddling in concerns that fell beyond your station. Our directive to bring Kairos' peace to the tiers has suffered, and you will answer for the part you played.
If you don't mind, Adjudicator, we are on familiar terms with the Fatebinder here. Should any inconsistencies require our input, we will add our voices as testimony.
The court has inquiries into your conduct. I first call your travel companions to speak on your behalf as witnesses to your character or accomplices to your crimes. Who will speak on behalf of the Fatebinder?
Oh, Barrack might not have been the best option.
Siren, Archon of Song. Give us your full report.
Of course, Your Honor. Your respect for a fellow Archon is duly noted. I thank you for asking me to add my input in this very delicate matter. I will endeavor to speak honestly and stick to the heart of the matter. After a lifetime of being degraded and humiliated for the amusement of others, the Fatebinder took an injured young woman and treated her as an equal. His behavior is beyond reproach. There is no equal in my eyes.
I'm just kind of basking in that one.
Will anyone else speak on the Fatebinder's behalf? The Ironclad Commander will step forward, if indeed he has the strength to walk.
You want me to speak, Adjudicator?
Oh boy.
I've been treated with fairness and respect. As fine as anything the Legion ever gave me. The Fatebinder trusts my counsel.
Huh.
I've never seen a finer, more upstanding member of the court.
I was wondering which would win out.
Will anyone else speak on the Fatebinder's behalf? Scarlet Fury, you who sacrificed your old life for this one, step forward.
Me? As if the likes of me has any business speaking in a grand hall before the Archon. Why, I've murdered enough folk to stack their bodies up to the podium 10 times over. Your Honor, the Fatebinder and
Awesome.
I get along like a couple of cats. We scratch here and there, but there's respect to be had. Sometimes I think we agree on too much, but can't fight everyone. I suppose I've had worse bosses, and I suppose I've had better friends. But this one's something special. I've killed for him, and I'll do it again.
Will anyone else speak on the Fatebinder's behalf?
At Vendrian's Well, you joined with the enemies of Kairos, abandoning your orders to resolve the siege and the conflict between the armies. How do you answer for this charge? No amount of mediation could get the Archons to work together, and the war only invited mayhem. I organized the tiers as I saw fit. You fought alongside both armies during the conquest, so I shouldn't doubt your perspective on the matter, though I find it troubling. Kairos' edict at Vendrian's Well should have destroyed the Archons or forced them to cooperate, but your intervention alone was the deciding factor. I dispatched you to the realm of Stalwart to deliver Kairos' Edict of Storms to the Regency its Sentinels stand to keep, a punishment for their continued resistance against the rightful authority of the Overlord. Yet you hesitated longer than necessary in its issuance, allowing the Regents time to stockpile supplies in their bastion, while drawing the disfavored deeper into the path of eventual devastation. The disfavored were active in the region. I wanted to give them time to pull their patrols back. Not that those hours did as much good in the end. Yet they did not. Indeed, did not the Archon of War specifically... Ah, crap. I should have gone with the third one. You resolved Kairos' Edict of Storms with a legal contrivance. What's more, you spared Stalwart's ruling bloodline, circumventing the... If the Overlord's will can be overcome by a legal loophole, don't you see the implication? Kairos is fallible. Damn it. The Earthshakers Guild swore its loyalty to the Archon Cairn, then to the Archon Graven Ash. Honestly, yeah. You entered the Old Walls, a clear violation of Kairos' law. How do you answer for this perversion of justice? Ooh. Yeah, no. Definitely not that one. My only trespass came in pursuit of trespassers, that I might punish their transgressions. Yeah, I think that one would probably not go over well. That one probably would go over about as poorly. At Duskwatch Fort, you gave aid to the enemies of Kairos, slaughtering a unit of disfavored in the region. The Archon of War lost many good soldiers that day. The disfavored failed to occupy Duskwatch, so I claimed it. Your own claims defeat you. Ah. At the city of Halfgate, you killed the garrison corpsmen who lawfully claimed it. A dozen of Kairos' servants bloodied the streets in your wake. They attacked me and hence violated Kairos' peace. I defended myself appropriately. I suspected as much. A pity you could not do so without eradicating Kairos' presence in the town.
I have one final question, Fatebinder. You were brought to this campaign to adjudicate the disagreements between the two armies. After your arrival, matters quickly escalated into a civil war. Did you knowingly join the conquest of the Tears to sow discord in your wake? Or were you merely a victim of circumstance?
I recognized the Archon's corruption from the start. It was only a matter of time before they turned on each other, and I was prepared for that eventuality.
If you anticipated a failure on this scale, you should have informed me, or else worked to avoid it rather than pit combatants against each other. I am finished with my line of questioning. Have you any closing remarks for the court?
Honestly, ooh. You know what? Fuck it, I'll try it. Kairos' peace is a lie. The Overlord holds dominion because we are ignorant to alternatives. The better overlord stands before you, ready to define justice as he sees fit.
Blasphemy.
Oh shit.
Foul after weighing the guilty of all charges. Hubris.
Okay, reloading. Because I know there is a way to get that successfully. About that, small interruption. Hopefully this does not split into 2 different streams. I accidentally hit the wrong key bindings. Okay. So I got that. I really should have zoomed in first a little, at least a little. And yeah, I will be skipping over quite a bit of the spoken dialogue in this one, since all of it was just seen. And I'll accuse both, see if I can get one of them brought in, maybe.
Fatebinder, thank you for your manners do you well. I first want to make it clear why we come. Much with you chose not to support the Overlord's Archons. A decision that challenged the very fabric of it. It would seem that experience has not tempered your In your professional and objective opinion, which of the 2 Archons is guilty of sowing the most chaos in the tiers?
Just a second. Sorry about that. Phone was ringing and it was unavailable, and then... the hell? Oh, that would explain why. I was trying to figure out why my controller was kind of dragging around with me. Apparently it got strung up on the chair a bit. Both are guilty.
That is not an option.
Okay.
You were tasked with determining, and so...
Yeah,
I would encourage you, provided. Then we are ready to begin.
Sedition. I was the governor of Lethian's Crossing. I saw the problems that resulted from Siren's actions, and the voices of Narat did nothing to stop it. His incompetence resulted in delayed shipments for the disfavored.
You failed.
Fair enough.
With that unpleasant business.
Okay, so...
You have made quite a name for yourself, Fatebinder. Stories of your deeds have spread through the tiers, and all of them have reached this court. Some action. The chaos you've sowed, you are on trial. The court,
Of course, Your Honor. After...
Will anyone be...
You...
Me, the fate,
Will anyone...
No amount of mediation could get the Archons to work together, and the war only invited mayhem. I organized the tiers as I saw fit. I hoped to spare as many of the people of Stalwart, the farmers and merchants who weren't involved in the war, as I could. My mercy was for them, not the regents. Kairos didn't intend for the edict to last forever. I'll go with this one. Because that hinges on on what the verdict is. Transgression was necessary. Well, no. Came in pursuit of trespassers that I might punish their transgressions. The disfavored couldn't take a modest fort. I spared Kairos' army of its weakest unit. They attacked me and hence violated Kairos' peace. I defended myself appropriately.
I have one final question, Fatebinder. You were brought to this campaign to adjudicate the disagreements between the two armies.
Yeah, this one.
If you anticipated a failure, I am finished with my line of questioning. Have you any closing remarks for the court?
Kairos' peace is a lie. The Overlord holds dominion because we are ignorant to alternatives.
Were it anyone else standing in your place, I would
there we
condemn
go.
them as a traitor. I cannot deny that you have challenged many of the beliefs I once held to be unshakable. After weighing the charges, this court finds you innocent. Against all reasonable expectation, I find you innocent. Your testimony was sufficient to justify your deeds, your self-appointed authority, and your undermining of Kairos' law. I can hardly believe it myself.
I shook the unshookable. Or unshakable. Adjudicator, are you unwell? Leave him. I want to see how this plays out.
Archon, your presentation in the court today has shaken many of my core beliefs. Things I held sacred under Kairos' law are now uncertain. I once thought that Kairos was the sole overlord. The notion of rising to her echelon of power and influence wasn't a concept that existed for me, for anyone. You have proven her wrong. What's more, you understand justice and law better than she ever did. Better than even
he did.
I am willing to accept you as my new sovereign, if you'll have me.
I accept. Together we will rewrite law and lay the groundwork for a new empire.
My gavel and my justice are yours. I will execute your laws as you
Holy shit!
as you see fit.
Took a reload.
To ruin all who would reject you.
It took a reload, but I managed to pull it off. So Calio has got to be damn near ecstatic.
Adjudicator, kid, allow this blade to cut to the point. I have an objection, or two.
Buddy, old pal of mine. What's the problem? Gain favor and wrath.
Don't distract me while I'm on the job, kid. Look, it's not like I have a grudge against you. I just can't let you live on Kairos' orders. I'm sure you understand.
I can tell you've been waiting for this. And she told you this personally, did she?
Kairos has given me free reign of action to protect the Overlord's interests. The semantics are of little concern to her, though I admit they will greatly affect you.
It would appear the court headsman is determined to make his stand. Under normal circumstances, I would curb this behavior with a swift execution. However, we have long since abandoned normalcy. There will be a trial by combat then. Bledenmark's claim against your own. Justice will win out, and the will of the true Overlord will be evident for the living to witness. You may begin when ready, Archon.
You don't have to do this. Neither of us has to die here.
Your trial begins in...
Okay, fair enough.
Trouble is afoot.
Let's see. Tyrannus Light. Okay, she's swapping over to the other weapons.
My protection.
Fall before me!
On it.
The trick is to keep twisting till you hear the snap.
Ow.
Good work. Right.
Hurts when I hit, doesn't.
Do I really need to?
Good work.
The trick. Right, keep twisting till you hear the snap.
Right.
Well, it is an Archon, so it makes sense. Okay, lightning will be the better. There we go.
The trick is to keep twisting. Snap.
I got it.
Such a simple task.
Will do.
Ow.
Will do.
If you easy as can be.
The trick is to keep twisting.
Okay, Sunspear ain't doing it. That ain't doing it. Maybe Intimidate. Betrayal of self? Oh, okay. Suppose that makes sense.
Look at you. The surprise of a lifetime. Don't die too easily. Won't look good for me. This brightness is blinding.
Master, if you'll join me upstairs, I will pledge fealty to you in the lawful manner.
Ooh. Wow. Okay, think I am wearing that then. How do you think the court will fare without Blood and Mark? Shadow's Embrace. Oh, nice. Kind of wish I were zoomed in a little bit.
Archon, change has come to the Tears, and in time it will reach the Empire itself. You are the agent of that change, and even I could not have predicted what impossible heights you would reach. The time has come to take up the gavel and usher in a new age of structure and law to the Tears.
Wow, yeah, we've got the entire court assembled.
You will henceforth define justice for the rest of us. I will follow your lead and endeavor to follow your design.
Your loyalty and confidence are appreciated.
As the ruling Archon of the Tears, I submit to your authority and thank you for bringing order out of chaos.
And yeah, this right here is precisely why I restarted before. Boy, that is...
And represent the strength of law. Be the example the Tears require, the force that keeps them together, and the hope for their future under one rule.
Boy, that... that almost sounded sentimental coming out of him.
Let your justice know no mercy but that which you impose. Civilization itself will bend according to your design. Never forget this.
Final judgment. Forcing him to submit to your rule. And
I got it.
wow, I can't actually talk to him? Huh.
At your service. What do you need?
Have either of you noticed that you fight particularly well together?
The thought has crossed my mind from time to time. During
The big guy here is as useless as an empty scabbard without his phalanx to keep him alive, but...
Do you think this is
I
because of
move
your
fast
shared
enough to
heritage?
If you want to attach some arcane meaning to the whole thing, be my guest.
In the disfavored ranks, the Oathbound seem to know more about synchronizing their efforts, and the same could be argued for the Scarlet Furies. I don't know how they pair up their units, but it isn't by... I would suggest that our fighting styles complement each other, but they do not. I would suggest that we get a...
Sentences. Okay, that was strange. Did you hear that?
I would
Sentences.
suggest that our
Okay,
fighting
yeah, I've
styles
got to hear
complement
this
each
in
other,
its
but they do
entirety.
not. I would suggest that we get along, but we do not. We don't even finish each other's
Sentences. Okay, that was strange. Did you hear that? The next time I catch a whiff of Barrick's meaning, I'm keeping my mouth shut.
I want you two to train together.
Absolutely not. Our fighting styles are incompatible, and any disfavored lieutenant will tell you not to join at the hip soldiers who can't stomach each other.
I'm inclined to agree. If you want to pair up fighters, there has to be some great passion or magnetism between them. We don't have it.
If neither of you is up to the challenge, then I won't force the matter.
Now see here, Verse's temperament and unpredictable ways are an annoyance, but no challenge is beyond my skill. Verse, we should take some time to face off in the sparring fields. It might even improve our disposition towards one another.
I'd rather watch you devour your armor one shaved off spoonful at a time.
Oh, nice! What combo ability? Iron Tolling. Aerostorm. Ha! Cute. So you convinced even Mighty Tunon to bow and accept your version of justice. Best of luck consuming your new title, Gazrakar. I cannot say if I will follow you to whatever ends you propose, but I will observe and judge in my own course. I don't know what's more impressive, that Tunon humbled himself before you, or that you managed to get so deep under his skin. I've tried baiting him into arguments in the past for my own amusement, but you've made an occupation out of it. Compelled the adjudicator himself to kneel, did you? Impressive work. The last person who did that... well, enough said.
I got it.
Okay. Two days, 7 hours versus... okay. So Mountain Spire is the closest. Oh boy. Alright, so Cacophony and... well, let's see. Do I want to continue? Yeah, I've got time. I can get at least one of the... actually... I think that'll probably be a good spot to stop, if I did. Well, I don't know.
Alpha. Human. Fatebinder sees now.
Oh.
Fatebinder want.
Greetings, Archon.
I trust all is well, my glorious Archon. I'm honored you wished. What is it you need?
Actually, I'm curious what he has to say. Nope. Yeah, I guess that one missive isn't gonna get the blood and mark. Ocean Spire. Probably should have done this before, but well. Azure Bell. Okay. Oh, edicts. Okay, so I need more recruits at the library. Wait, what? Oh, that's the forge. How many do I have, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Sunset Spire real quick, and then I'm thinking Iron Hearth first. Too bad I needed the Burning Library. Oh well. Oh, Hierarch's robes I can get. Oh, Staff of Cairn. Let's see, so that's long. That is also long. Well, I guess I'll head over to the Mountain Spire and just rest for a while. Because I want to have both before I continue on. And honestly, I think I want to have Barrack with me. Oh, holy shit. That, I kind of wasn't keeping up on that. I'm waiting for the Staff of Cairn to be completed. Boy, this is taking a while. Boy, this is taking a good while. Thankfully, I'm not being hurried along. But honestly, I'm thinking Voices of Nerat first. Okay, seriously, it's still not done? I mean, how long is my question. Okay, screw it, I'm going for... Well, no, at this point, bit of a sunk cost fallacy. I'm honest, it might take a week, for all I know. So I distinctly remember it being the 21st span. Or maybe 22nd, but either way... Boy, that one doesn't help at all. So, is Repax 26th, or the final day of Repax, when Kairos was born, maybe? Okay, I'm going to the 3rd, and then I'm heading over to the 4th just to see whether Okay, what the hell? I mean, is it still not done then? Because, damn. Alright, so I've got another half hour before I want to log off. So I may as well go with, I don't know, your recruits are busy. Fair enough. Okay. That actually makes me feel a bit better. And over to Cacophony. Time to deal with the Scarlet Chorus. And yeah, I may as well have the representatives from each one with me. Wait, defeat the forces?
Destroy!
Okay.
Get back here!
Dodging is so unfair!
This one is under my protection.
Will do. On it.
There we go.
Will do.
I am out of practice, but I'll try.
Let's soak mental. Actually, let's... Okay, good. They do actually have consumable items, even if,
I am a shield wall unto myself.
There we go. There's the Sun Spear.
I am your shield wall.
Right. Can't do it.
There we go. You know what? I don't... Well, I do need to defeat the forces, I guess, or... Screw it, I'll go up to him.
I'm not here to make friends.
This one is under my protection.
Holy, what happened there?
It's not music to your ears.
It's a hit. Time to change weapons.
You learn.
Oh, nice, I actually went up a level. I guess Vitality, why not? Oh, damn it, I don't have quite enough. Sure, why not? And the Archon of Secrets. Part of me almost wants to make camp right now just to get the wounds off Barrick.
Right.
Absolutely
Anyway, our Surge of Glory.
not.
You got it.
And there's the Archon of Secrets.
Your campaign ends here, maggot of unreason. We have no intention of joining the uncounted corpses littered in your path. Your love for these southern mongrels was a fool's errand. We would have conscripted them into service and given them lives under Kairos. You only forestall their doom with your rebellious game. We could have been magnificent together. But instead, we will have your bones fashioned into a scepter, your skin knotted into a belt, and your tongue fed to crows. At least crows know the meaning of respect and gratitude.
The world has no need of you, Ma. Actually, you talk too much, Archon of Flatulence.
We love a good verbal sparring, but the time for obscenity is past. Fatebinder of reeking discharge.
You aren't worried that this is a bit hasty? Not that I won't come along for the experience, but no one has challenged the Archon of Secrets and survived. I hope you'd thought this through.
Hesitation? This isn't the verse I know.
We've both been here before, haven't we? I'm right back to the day when my sisters died in front of me, only this time I'm truly afraid. Maybe my idiot brother has something to do with it. The last time this happened, I froze. Now I'm more afraid of what happens if we attack.
Listen to her, Fatebinder. She shows wisdom beyond her years.
The Voices of Nerat is a terrifying, centuries-old mastermind, and neither of us have been around as long as him. That point seems worth emphasizing. I really, really hope you understand that he's going to hurt us.
It's true.
If you're up to it, then I'm with you. I've killed my share of gang bosses, and it doesn't take a genius to know when a leader is flagging and needs to be replaced. No offense, Archon.
None taken, wretched girl. We have never been more proud of you than at this moment. You are everything the chorus strives to become.
Shall we end this miserable existence together, verse?
Sounds like a plan to me, boss. I'll sleep a lot better knowing there's one less parasite in the world.
Our little spy is right about one thing, you know. You're going to die, screaming. But your awareness will live for eternity, suffering within our magnificence. Attend to us, darlings! There is more than one way to skin a Fatebinder, and we will show you as many as possible. Come, gather around and watch us destroy the Fatebinder.
This is going to be an interesting one.
Send me your chap.
Awaken what?
Course.
Oh!
Few of you, so many of us. Had enough of us.
Oh boy.
Yield your flesh. The mind will.
I will aid you.
Yield your flesh. The mind will follow.
Is she paralyzed or?
We are never.
Strongest to me.
Okay, Siren, were you with the... Oh, Siren. Right. Oh, shit.
Such simple minds.
Oh, shit.
On it.
Oh. Now I have to kill
There we go. Combo interrupted. Oh, you ass!
I feel a bit lightheaded.
So few of you, so many of us. That seems fair.
Will do.
Does it?
Will do.
Actually, no, I'll do it for her.
Will do.
Let's see, energy shield. Oh, actually, let's see. Not Shadow's Embrace, not redeploy. There we are, steadfast stand.
On it.
Impossible?
Impudent wretch!
Oh, impudent. Fair enough.
We dare you!
Will do.
Alright, Barrick's got him busy.
You got it.
Oh, don't surrender just yet! We've more to show you! Had enough about
This is a hell of a
a
fight.
little more.
Will do.
Okay, no, Barrick, you get back there.
Better, faster, and stronger.
You have got to hear this.
There we go.
Damn my eyes!
Do I really need to? I suppose I can do that.
Alright, and she apparently leveled up mid-fight.
Fall before me.
On it.
What could make this better? Oh, right. More of us.
There we go.
On your knees, worm!
How is this even possible?
Because I go with loyalty, you go with fear. You know what? If you want to go with that, I'll go with that. Sure.
Help? Approach us, you insignificant little morsel. We would have a word with you.
Plug your ears.
Did you think we could not make ourselves heard if we wished it, you naive and despicable fledgling?
Fair enough.
Whatever the thoughtless rabble may whisper about this moment, don't delude yourself into thinking you are powerful, that you matter, or that someone out there isn't greater still. We came from nothing. Our deeds defined us to the people, and the people knew us as a monster. Did you imagine we were always flames, voices, and secrets? Think on that. You Archon of misguided decisions.
I'll heed your words, Archon.
At least you know the value of good advice. That will take you farther than any beaten trail, and it will bite deeper than any crude weapon of iron.
Ooh.
No! Not like this! We were so close!
Is he truly dead? Can I hope that the monster that tormented me will never torment another? Shit. I guess that just happened. Good thing I'm still part of the gang. Right, boss? Is that thing finally dead? I'm actually asking because it was difficult enough to tell that he was alive. So, why are they still cheering? Final scream. Oh, mace. Huh. And gentle touch. Cute.
Sorry, I can't.
Yeah, getting arrested. To his credit, the Voices sure knows how to make an exit. Honestly, I can kind of picture that being a big consideration of his. Okay. Fatebinder. I never thought that anyone could get the jump on the Voices of Narat. He outlasted most of his enemies and ate the others. He was this great bottomless thing. I just assumed he would be around forever. Now he's dead. It's hard to believe, really. I'm happy, but he also gave me this life, this name. I hated him, but he was incredible. An artist. What I'm trying to say here is that I'm impressed. You've exceeded my low expectations. Do you think the Voices is really dead? If we're being honest with each other, I have my doubts. The Voices could scheme 1,000 steps ahead of anyone. I can only imagine that he had something planned for his death, some contingency. Yeah, I'm getting back to one of the spires and talking. And I'm hoping that the Hierarch's robes get completed by the time I'm back. Research edicts complete. Edict of Malediction. I'll take a gander over here. See whether... I don't think they're completed on the robe, though. Which is a little disappointing, I'll admit. Yep, Hierarch's robes are still under construction. Damn. Yeah, honestly, I'll keep with this group. Okay, now let's talk with everyone else.
My Lord Binder, what can I do for you? The thought...
The big guy here is as used...
Elf Beast Woman is happy. Likes when Fatebinder wins. likes that Fatebinder slaughtered Alpha of Scarlet Chorus without mercy. Was vicious, cunning, Archon with many voices. Was Alpha of biggest pack. Means Alpha of Kills in Shadow is bigger, better, strongest. Will always win. Fatebinder.
Fair enough. And just a second, phone. Well, at least that time there was at least someone on the other end of the line.
Greetings, Archon. How may I...
I trust all is... What is it you need?
Hey, I guess all of them are down there.
At your service. What do you need?
Fatebinder! It is always such a pleasure to speak with you. What do you need? Are we trading in gossip? What do you want to know about? The walking ring? I mean, what kind of... Maybe he's pretty, but wrapped in that getup, who can tell?
What was that you said? I couldn't quite hear you.
It's okay, Barrick. I didn't say anything about anyone important. I'll admit he can handle himself. I'm not... Is that a smile? Or is she hoping I let down...
I'm not always thinking of killing with rending claws. Sometimes,
and then it goes from death and blood to love and care. I don't hate her. What do you need?
Causing misfortune and bad luck to plague your enemies. You know what? I might actually go with that. And honestly, all I can think there is... Oh, Rocco's Modern Life. With the misfortune cookie. Bad luck and grave misfortune will infest your pathetic soul for all eternity. Or, actually no, it was bad luck and grave misfortune. And every single fortune cookie had the exact same fortune in it. Alright, I'm gonna rest until the 10th. If it's not done by then, I'm just going. I am. Just a second, phone again. Well, that was weird. The phone rang and no one was there. Like, no one. Like, it was literally a dial tone. How long for this freaking robe? Seriously. There we go. Man, that took like 2 weeks. Oh. Suppose that would have helped, actually. Yeah, well. And pop on over. And Siren, you are getting those.
Oh, I can't wait to try this out.
Aspect of Nightmares. That should be a handy one. Okay. You know what? I'm wrapping up on this one. It's gonna be an extended stream, so strap in. Oh yeah, just saved.
Will do.
Oh, it can't begin until I've earned experience, apparently. Huh. And Iron Hearth. For the last. Presumably. Because I do recall having read that you don't actually go past this game.
Oh, well. Placed hit.
Take that! Smash! Pieces!
That ringing sound? Not just in your ear.
On it. On it.
No, not that one, not that one.
Sorry about that. Right.
And I am tempted.
I'll just hold on to this. Right.
Why not? Really hope that doesn't twist me into the voices, though.
Will do.
Oh, nice.
What, making more useless? Hey, that really hurts.
Far worse.
There we go.
Are you afraid of death,
And to
worm?
bolt.
This weapon is useless.
I got it.
Well, I don't know what it is, but this one is kind of a lot easier
Right.
than the Scarlet Chorus one. Oh, then again, I did weaken them with an edict, so I'm sure that's part of it.
You see what I see?
What the hell? Okay. Did not anticipate that. Ooh, yes, absolutely yes, I'm going with that.
To battle!
Smash to pieces.
There we go.
Pity you wanted to...
Boy, they went down quick.
I always hit the mark.
Time to change weapons.
The final scream. And Hierarch's robes. Well, I do have Graven Ash's favor, so maybe I can... So I might be able to talk him down. If only for the sake of his men. I mean... Seriously, the guy loves his allies. Confront Graven Ash. Okay, so he's in there. And I will save from Tunan's Court. Finally overrate that one. Boy, yeah, I've played about 12 hours in just a few days. Let's see, which one is it? Haste. So, self only. Oh, holy shit. Awesome. Pardon me. 140 is too much. I could go with 135. 125 will work, I think. There we go. Oh, actually, let's see. 125. Awesome. Grave Grasp. Alright. Let's see. Doo-doo-doo.
On it.
Not a problem, boss.
Oh, actually, that was one I didn't even think about. Healing Aura. Glad I did.
On it.
I'm hoping I can talk him down.
They say that mighty Tunon bowed to his wayward legal clerk. I ought to be surprised, but that knot of contradictions has been
Holy
ready to unravel for a
shit.
long time. The silence and cacophony tells me that the voices of Narat is dead, and I have every reason to celebrate. but I don't imagine for a moment that you came seeking my gratitude for a job well done. If indeed Tunon's headsman has been dispatched, then I am spared a nightmare plagued by shadows. No one will mourn his passing. So, you see fit to grace my halls with your presence.
No, camp.
This will be the last time. I have no wish to consort with traitors. You have held back this campaign against the Tears long enough. After I grind your bones into the dry earth, my disfavored will take back this realm for the vaunted North, and you will be forgotten.
The homeland is behind you, Ash. Only... Actually, so...
Fatebinder, this doesn't need to happen. Please! It is short-sighted for Archon to stand against Archon. The two of you would be more powerful as equals and collaborators. I beg that you consider another option.
The Archon of War would not have this any other way. Would you, Ash?
Do not force me into mediating your squabble. The protests of your companions are nothing to me. As far as I'm concerned, they are all as corrupted as you.
Archon, no! I am still your good northern soldier through and through. My loyalty, my place in the Phalanx...
Gone. All of it. We are finished, and I remove you from my legion and my protection. No sooner will I return to the north than your family will be disgraced, your celebrated name made to rot in the public square. Gather, my legion! We will see this pestilence dispatched for the battlement of war! Fatebinder, prepare yourself!
Fair enough.
Teach this one a lesson. We will not suffer insubordination.
This weapon is useless!
On it.
Actually, did I upgrade that one? I guess I did. Or at least as close as I could.
I got it.
Oh, she's already doing it. That's why. Took me a few seconds. Actually, yeah.
On it.
Next wave, my legion! For the north!
This one is under my protection!
Sorry. Can't do that.
Damn it. Come on.
We'll do
there
it.
we go.
Right.
Well, that did nothing, except take them off. That ringing sound, it's not just in your ears.
Did I do haste my... Is haste still applying? No, Umbral Glow. Oh yeah, haste is applied.
That attack did
This is not a fight you can win! Attack, my soldiers!
Alright, sever the bond.
Come and face my iron!
I got it. Right. On it.
Time to change weapons.
got it.
And the Archon himself, finally.
Don't throw your lives away, my Northerners! I will handle this upstart myself!
I got it. Sorry about that.
Ow.
Witness the fury of the North!
Ooh, boy. That ain't great.
Time to change weapons. My armor is dented.
Ow.
Let me repair it.
Pity you won't enjoy this as much as I do.
Time to change weapons.
I'll tear your skeleton out my ass. You got it.
Could I miss?
On it.
We can do this. What a rush.
Into prone, fair enough.
Flames! Put me out, my legion! Put me out!
Good work.
Let us take them together.
I got it.
This weapon is useless. Grovel before me. Time to change weapons.
Will do.
This one is under my protection.
Flames! Put me out, my legion! Put me out!
Didn't need to end that way. Stricken, the Archon looks down on his blood-stained hands with disbelief. Beads of sweat roll from his brow and glisten at the corner of his eyes. Raven Ash turns his attention up to you. The last of the fight has left him, and nothing remains but the final vestiges of a defeated man.
Well struck. You are the victor, and I go to my eternal rest in the void. Wish I could feel anything but relief. A warning to you, Archon. Kairos marches on the tiers, and you army, a stronger army, advances on these untamed lands, seeking to return with your head on a pike. There is nothing you can do to stop it.
I think Kairos will respond if I proclaim an edict on the Northern Empire. That would do the trick.
My homeland dragged into conflict, consumed by war. Do what you must. The great powers of this conquest are gone, and you are all that's left. Go, seek answers in your mountain spire, and try to remember why we came here. Would you hear my final testimony, Fatebinder? Before you bring ruin to my homeland and unravel the war we built together, would you hear me one last time?
Say what you would, Archon.
You are on a path to incredible power. A path that I walked long ago. There was strength, victory, triumph. Everything an Archon of war should expect from a life so accomplished. But there was also pain. Had I another century to describe it, I could not explain the punishing agony of my devotion. My soldiers grew to depend on me, and I gifted them my protection. But I also took their harm upon myself. I had the strength to endure for a time. Every gutting, every crushed bone, every death. I took it all upon myself to spare my troops. You must be prepared to do the same.
Go on.
Your rise to power is no matter of personal glory. It touches all who trail in your wake. When you ascend, you won't be alone. Far from it. There will be others who look to you. You will be responsible for them in more ways than you can know. Take care with those who follow you. Depend on each other. But harden yourself to accept the burden of their love. Devotion can bite deeper than any spear. I hope that you are prepared for what comes next. Because Kairos will not make it easy.
His energy spent, the Archon releases all of his tension, and for an instant his face reflects deepest peace. Graven Ash, the last of the great northern warlords, dies before your eyes.
Archon! Archon! Damn you, General, get up! Get up!
Seeing that one fall is like watching a spire hit the ground. Somehow I thought I'd enjoy it more. Incredible. I assumed he was invulnerable. I guess even I can be wrong on occasion. Oh, shit. What about Barrick? Ash's favor. And two-ended. Overkill. Barrick, you want to talk, buddy? I had to kill Graven Ash. He didn't give me any choice. Are you still with me, Barrick? Stand at attention. Holy shit. Honestly, this is affecting me more than Graven Ash's death.
What's wrong with him?
His Archon is dead. I don't think he's handling it well.
Pull it together, big guy. I know you're strong enough to make it through this. At your service. What do you need?
Is there anything we can do for Barrick? I don't know. I've never seen him like this, but then again, we haven't known each other that long.
Fatebinder, what do you need?
Yeah, well, let's get back to Ascension Hall. I'll go back to the parapet first, I think. Wait a minute. I'm glowing. Oh, the haste, probably. Mountain Spire alone. And let us see what... Yeah, I may as well just keep going with this. See what's up next. Oh, figures. Demonstrate your authority. The North still has need of its truest son, Barrick. At first, Barrick shows no sign of waking up from his numb stupor. Then a vibration builds in strength, trembling over his armor with enough force to shake away the worst of the rust, leaving patches of iron clean for the first time. The motion is as slow and laborious as the turning of the stars in the sky. But Barrick raises his head.
Fatebinder, I don't know what came over me. How long have I been like this?
You have verse to thank for this.
Please, don't thank me. The last thing I need or want is a hug from a shambling junk heap.
All the same, I appreciate it. And I continued to drown in my sorrow, I might have rusted solid. Never moved again. I am not the man I once was. I don't know how I can ever move beyond the death of the great general. By distancing myself from the Legion and his protection, I suppose I'll have to learn.
Welcome back, asshole. You scared me for a second there.
What can I do for you?
Alpha to kills and shadows laid disfavored, called Graven Ash. Wish Beast Woman could have helped with ironclad slaughter. Would have liked to rend muscle from bone, rip torn skin, mauled and mangled, until dead many more than 5 times over. Fatebinder.
Almost wish I had brought her along now.
Greetings, Archon.
Eb, how about you?
I trust all is... What is it you need?
Actually, I'm adding Eb instead of
I
verse.
trust... What is it you... Smart...
Goodbye to you, too.
I will meet you at the spire.
Let's go.
I will
So
meet you at the
much
see
spire.
you,
I'll pass onward. See you there.
Okay. Didn't intend to do that.
Fate. What else does Alpha to kill? Lead con...
Okay, there we go.
No doubt this will prove interesting.
And down to Ascension Hall. Oh. Yeah. The hall is full of hushed whispers. Some hopeful, others terrified. You hear your name spoken more than once, and not always favorably. Fatebinder, Archon. We know of Kairos' army marching south, but we had hoped... We were under the impression that defeating the other Archons would stem this advance. Is it true what we've heard? I would not shield you from the truth. Kairos is coming to destroy everything we've built. With unity on our side, we can face any threat. There's a resonator atop the mountain spire. I can use it to cast an edict. This will send a clear message for everyone to know. The tears will be free. Together, we will compromise on a new code that anyone in the tiers can use to maintain order. And back up to the mountain spire. I'm assuming that this is the end of the game, because I do recall one of the big criticisms of it being that the ending was very abrupt.
Alpha, Fatebinder.
Fatebinder, what do you need?
Okay. The waves of energy radiating from the spire draw you forward, pressing your body and mind to its eager embrace. At the center of this tide, the resonator stands ready to broadcast your voice, echoing your commandments to the farthest reaches of the tiers and beyond. From here, the highest point in all the peninsula, you could, with the sum total of your effort, project your will far north, past the edge of the tiers, and proclaim your edict as far as the lands of the Northern Empire. Any requests? This probably amounts to a declaration of war against the Overlord. Ready? I knew we'd make our stand at Ventrians well. I just imagined we'd all die miserable. Who would have predicted the Archon of the Tears would save us? Now, don't you have a... What with anticipation? Nice multiple reference pun there. Opportunity. I can feel it like a coaxing breeze. Not since Graven Ash stood against Kairos has anyone made such a dent in the Overlord's defenses. It has been an honor serving at your side, come what may. I'm ready to face it. It's incredible what you've done to get here. I think you can take it another step further, and I want to be at your side when it happens. You were the first one who didn't twist me to suit your ends, and I'll never forget that. So let's finish. If I don't show Kairos my ability to cast the edict is more than a one-time thing, the attacks will never stop. Oh, there we are. I'll just do the bad luck one. Because for the most part, as long as they aren't my declared enemy, it shouldn't affect them. As opposed to the Edict of Stone or Edict of Storms. I'm glad I was able to find that one, though. I will say that. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4... There are 5 more.
The tiers have been conquered, unified at last under a single banner. Your edict brings devastation and ruin to the Northern Empire. Some believe the edict to be Kairos' work. Others hope, or fear, that this edict comes from a new voice. Kairos' forces withdraw from their march upon the tiers, as they are sent into disarray by your edict. The majority of the tiers are united under your banner, and old animosities put aside, for now. The Overlord's conquest of the known world has come to a halt, and the whisper of a challenger to Kairos' power slowly spreads throughout the
Holy shit, that's a lot of continent, though. By casting the Edict of Malediction on the northern capital, you consign the Overlord city to an invisible plague of misfortune and calamity. The foundations of once proud buildings fracture under some unseen pressure, and whole districts empty as the city's infrastructure crumbles. Laborers brought in to repair the damage find their work undone hours or even minutes later. Citizens leave the city a ghost town and whisper among themselves how Kairos could allow such a curse to infect their homeland. As chaos ensued in the northern kingdom, the armies marching on the tiers received an unprecedented order. The armies were to fall back to the capital and ensure the safety of its people from the edict. For the first time in Kairos' great conquest, the armies retreated. Soon questions would be asked in a hushed breath across the lands about what new and terrible power had emerged that could force the hand of the Overlord. You fulfilled Kairos' decree, and all the tiers is now ruled by a single Archon. Your former rivals have either submitted to you or perished, bringing the civil war to a close. No one expected one of Kairos' own to join the enemy's cause, least of all a Fatebinder. Your arrival at the tiers brought new clarity to your place in the Overlord's authority. You resolved to make your mark upon the world through cooperation rather than conquest. Your efforts brought together the Forgebound, the Earthshakers, and the Unbroken. 3 groups with nothing in common except a desire to see Kairos removed from their lands. With this alliance, you brought down the Archons that opposed you. In their pride, the disfavored never imagined themselves beaten, especially when their opponents appeared so disorganized. The last remnants of the Legion disperse, their general destroyed, their honor broken beyond mending. The scorn that follows their humbled rank haunts them, even in the depths of obscurity. The Scarlet Chorus may have been mighty in numbers, but that didn't stop you from thoroughly scattering them, cutting off the serpent's head and sending each of the gangs howling back to the chaos they sowed. How the remnants of the Horde occupy themselves without a war to fight becomes a topic for nightmares. The trust of a conquered nation was hard won for a servant of the Overlord, but your demonstration of loyalty earned the respect of the tiers' quarrelsome factions and the support needed to bring order to the beleaguered people. Your wartime aid becomes widely regarded as the most influential change in the tiers since the coming of Kairos. Word of your success spreads beyond the tiers as well. Even the most distant corners of the Empire whisper of the Fatebinder who rose to become an Archon, and an Archon whose intervention shattered the conquest, making way for a new future in the devastated nation. Earning the cooperation of the rebel factions fulfilled Kairos' plan of unifying the tiers under one banner. The realization of this irony leaves you with many questions about the part you played, but precious few answers. You work to ensure peace in this new homeland, yet throughout your trials the notion that you are part of some greater manipulation haunts you. Now you lose sleep trying to ignore it. With the Edict of Stone dispelled, the earth settles around the Stone Sea, ushering a new age of verdant growth and prosperity. The country may never resemble the glorious realm of Azure, but with new life, many new things become possible. The memory of Cairn as a great force of destruction remains as a monument of inert rock. Most agree that the world is better off without the Archon of Stone as the people of Azure begin to slowly reclaim the land that was torn asunder by his power. With the Edict of Stone dispelled, you ensure that humans will once again populate the former realm of Azure. The Stonestalker tribe is gradually pushed out of their new territory, and those who don't resist are enslaved, put to work rebuilding new human settlements. Recruiting the Earthshakers for your army ensured that your arcane fist remained intact, and they were instrumental in helping you defend Lethian's Crossing when Gravenash sent the Disfavored to attack. After your victory in the Tiers, Radix tries to institute the same structure of order on the Earthshakers that served him so well in the Disfavored. Unfortunately, his rigid rules cause such friction within the Order that the mages quickly tear themselves apart. With a prolonged stalemate against the Disfavored put to a close, the Unbroken are able to think of peace and freedom for the first time since the coming of Kairos. They govern their people with fairness and understanding that was absent in the days of the Regents. Amelia and her baby remain with the Unbroken, joining forces to bring Stalwart back to a semblance of its former glory. The Regency is ended, but an echo of its old dignity and pride still remain. There is hope for the Blasted Realm. Though it takes time to recover from the devastation of the Edict of Storms, the Blade Grave begins its slow march toward healing. The realm of Stalwart may never resemble its former glory, but the land is not so blasted that something new and better can't be built atop the bones of the past. The region bloodline has ended. With it, new traditions and legacies spring to life. Your travels never took you to the burning library, and this leaves the Edict of Fire undisturbed, consigning the Vellum Citadel to a future engulfed by perpetual flame. After granting control of Lethian's Crossing to your coalition, the city falls into a state of frequent disarray with pockets of order. While your allies are pleased to control the settlement, it will take time and work for them to grow out of their wartime rivalry and into the true mantle of shared leadership. By returning the Bane Helm to Lethian's Crossing, you ensured that the Bane would not be able to get into the city. For the time being, the threat of a Bane incursion is dispelled. The settlers are grateful to go about their lives unburdened by this peril, though knowing how close they came to annihilation haunts them. They hope the security you provided endures. You lent your martial prowess to the Battle of Lethian's Crossing. Recognizing that the attack would have been devastating without your intervention, the settlers praise you as their salvation. The city is renamed Gazragar's Crossing in your honor, and everyone who witnessed the battle speaks of you with the highest regard. The citizens of the town never quite recover from the death of Eldian, and a statue was erected in his honor, with a plaque engraved with several of his favorite sayings. The Forgebound thrive in your coalition. For the first time in recorded history, women and men of southern origin are able to take up iron weapons and stand tall against the oppression of tyrants. By enacting an edict on Vendrian's Well, you announced your power to the world and showed Kairos' forces what you were capable of. When you defeated their leader and scattered the army before you, it sent the message to Kairos. A new Archon is born. While the edict dissipated, its effect will always be felt as the first true threat to Kairos' rule. The death of Graven Ash means the end of the disfavored. Without the comfort and support of the great general, what remains of the Legion sinks into hopelessness. The Archon's seat is left vacant, and whether or not it can be occupied again is a heated topic. Far from its place of final rest, the Northern Empire mourns its fallen son. Killing the voices of Nerat spreads the joy of bloody vengeance across the continent. Celebrated as the death of history's greatest parasite, the occasion is marked by all who suffered under the oppression of the Scarlet Chorus. Even in victory, one thought nags you. Though you witnessed his death, you can't help but wonder if the voices of Nerat is done with you. Tunon the Adjudicator continues to dispense justice from his seat in the Bastard City. He follows the laws you craft to the letter, advising on any of the meticulous changes you lack the time or the patience to draft. Without his aid, the task of keeping order in the tiers would be nigh impossible. The death of Bledenmark deprived the world of a most capable murderer. One less bedtime story to scare children is no significant loss, though you can't help but glance at the dark corner of every room and feel as if someone is watching you. Bledenmark will always cast a long shadow on your life. You helped Barrick come to terms with the death of the great general. Of all the Northerners who survived the war, he took the loss of the Archon the hardest. After a period of deep mourning, he returns to your service and gratefully continues the work you started together. The soldiers who recognize him remember the Legion and Graven Ash's protection as they would a dream. Verse finds herself adrift in the relative peace that follows your conquest. She returns to the field and seeks out young women from rural communities, imparting her fighting skills to only the most passionate. Over the course of many apprentices, she follows the voices of Nerat's example and forms a personal army, the Callous Sisterhood. Verse proves to be a strict teacher, and you hire her services often, confident that she'll take any assignment where there's blood to be spilled. Lantry keeps a close watch over you, scribbling his account of your deeds and accomplishments. In his tireless quest to fill the chronicle with history and knowledge, he follows you even into his twilight years, and together you learn much about the world. You pretend not to notice Lantry's waning strength, though you find yourself pausing mid-sentence to let his writing catch up. He recognizes your generous ruse and appreciates it in silence. Ebb remains in your company, where she seeks out promising recruits from your supporters. After recognizing some obvious talent, she takes on a team of apprentices in a new school of would-be tidecasters. Though she often jokes that the school is bound to fail with her at the helm, her students think otherwise, as do the many dozens of hopefuls who come begging for her tutelage. Kills in Shadow shows little interest in cleaning up the tiers after your victory. Instead, she takes it upon herself to hunt down every disfavored soldier in the country. You hear frequent word of maulings and disappearances among Kairos' ranks, perpetuated by a beast of legendary ferocity. Though you could no doubt track down your wayward companion, you let her continue the bloody work out of equal parts respect and fear. Without the threat of the Overlord's control, Siren struggles with how to manage her freedom. Inspiration finally strikes her, and she travels the tears visiting the small villages ravaged by Kairos' occupations. She sings to the frightened and hurt villagers, buoying their spirits and allaying their fears. Guilt for her hand in the horrors wrought upon the world by the Scarlet Chorus spur her on, and her wonders become more and more spectacular. The followers of the Songbird grow in number, taking the message of peace and harmony throughout Tyranny. You turned your back on your career in the Overlord's hierarchy, disregarding years of advancement to help the people of the Tiers. Your sacrifices paint you as a folk hero, a liberator, and the artisan of future change. When Kairos retaliates, you will have the support of your newfound allies to help drive back the onslaught. From your perch atop the northern spire, you can see hints of the Northern Empire just beyond the mountains. At your command, horns shout a triumphant cry across the valley, heralding the end of one long campaign and the beginning of another. And that was Tyranny. And definitely an enjoyable game, though it definitely had its flaws. I'm still not sure what happened with that one infirmary item. And I'll admit, I can understand why that would be not... like, that ending might feel way too abrupt for people. I wonder if there is a sequel in the works. But, yeah, I'll probably be back... well, I will be back later tonight. I'll probably... my plans for gaming are... let's see, continue Monster Hunter World, because I do still have stuff to do in that. I'll be continuing on with Final Fantasy IX and Phantom Doctrine. And then when one of those two is completed, I'll likely move on to Pillars of Eternity, because I did pick up Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire last night. But I'm not playing that until finishing the original Pillars of Eternity. I'm waffling on whether I want to stream that, though. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed seeing the Rebel campaign in Tyranny. And I hope to see you next time. In the meantime, have a nice day.